Alright. I think we're up and running. I think we are ready to go. And tonight, I save Ned Boo Kerman. We will not fail today. But first, why don't I give people a chance to join and do some craziness. So we had a failed satellite the other night. Had splashdown, still on Kerman, and it sank. I didn't expect this. I didn't think that was a thing that would happen. But it happened. It was indeed a thing. And now, I wonder. I wonder. What we can do with that information. I expect there must be, if they're gonna add that kind of thing, there must be like a way to get underwater science. Just seems like the logical thing. Hold on, mind the screen there. So what I want to know, ooh, these are a bad idea right here. I'm gonna get rid of those. Just a pair of these. Gotta remember to back that ass up. Thank you, Windows. Alright, now. More battery, maybe? I already put a lot of battery on this. Let's remove that then. That just seems excessive. Inline Communitron. Okay, now I need to see what I have for payload stuff. Oh, I don't have as much stuff as I thought. Coupling. Structural? Okay, I do have structural tubes. Ooh. It's not where I thought they were, that's all. So, structural tube to protect it. Very good, very good. And we need, it's one of these for a body, maybe? Or, I don't need to do that, I'm crazy. There we go. It's got battery, it's got radios. What else do I need? Some sciencey things. On the top, barometer on the top, maybe a mystery goo. Yep, a mystery goo right there. Perfect. I think that's all I'm going to get on there. Maybe I can try 2 of the mystery goo. Just see what I can get. There we go. There's some sciencey stuff. And then, well, I guess I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna take these off for a second. Flip that upside down. Because realistically, I want to be able to fly it right side up. Go. Put that back. Put that back. Put these back. Right, there's your little antennas. And there we go. Put these back. Alright, we've got some science. Onboard this. Now, we need a decoupler. Yes, that covers the antennas perfectly. Okay, so this is my submarine of sorts. Pair of parachutes on it. So it'll land this side down. And let's give it. I don't even think I need a. I don't think I need a hammer. I think a fleet will probably do fine. This looks so silly. Looks so marvelous and silly. It's also like impossible to grab the probe cord at this point. I should have thought that out, huh? Oops. There we go. Way to the top. And what I want to do is do a root. Grab all. Let the cone be the root. It's just easier for me. Really gonna keep reminding me this? This midstream, we're just... Really gonna do this? Thank God this computer is ridiculously overboard on processing power. Okay. Hopefully that takes care of that distraction. And hopefully that didn't screw with the stream at all. We shall see. So now that this is the control point, I think we're good. I'm gonna give it just a little bit of an angle, so I don't have to worry about trying to control this thing. Launch towers so it stays angled that way. And then let's put some fins on it. Make it look pretty. Alright. I think this will work. Diver 1. It's the cheapest science mission I could think of. Just to distract us until we go to do the Nedboo mission. Oh, okay. Wow, it actually kind of more or less did what I wanted it to. That's... I should have used, this is not going to dive very deep. I should have used the bigger booster. Bye. Alright, now let's just check these and see if I've done these. Yep, of course I have. Wow, this is going just absurdly slow. We really didn't need both parachutes, did we? Got a parachute. Noted. Excessive parachutes. Keep it nose down a little bit. Alright. Gently splash down into the water. This has authority here. And it's a little too light to sink, I think. We need some dead weight. Yeah, that didn't work. Alright, let's try adding some dead weight. And adding a bigger booster. And changing the angle. Maybe the angle's fine if I put a larger booster, I don't know. So a couple things to change there. Those batteries should be fine. Those on the outside. Because that's true. I was just thinking keeping them relatively safe in there, but Alright, now put that in for dead weight. There we go. Okay, so now we have dead weight. We have science still. Parachutes. What if I use drogues? This should be able to handle a decent amount of pressure. Those on. Throw a hammer on this time. must limit it down to 30. This time, let's have a little better control because that was a little scary. Some of these. Does this have? Yeah, this has deflection. Those wings on. Cool. All right, Diver 2. Diver 2, I think, is ready. $30 may have been a bad choice. Huh. That's a little bit like a cruise missile. That's actually really cool. I like this right now. Flies a little bit like a plane. This is actually really cool. It's far out over the water. This is absurdly stable. Separate that off. So, I want this to be a relatively fast landing, but not like a totally destructively fast landing. And I might be asking too much here. I might be able to just put like a single parachute in the middle, maybe, if this doesn't go well. Alright, move the time warp once it gets there. Hopefully, this aerodynamic cone can... Well... Keep it. Keep it. None of that gets me anything. Okay, so... That was a lot more scrolling than I expected. So that part of things didn't go well. Okay, so we can't use drogues. They don't slow us down enough. So what we'll do... We'll try one more time. Get rid of the drogues. Sciences. Hopefully they can handle that. Okay. Oh, and then the important part. Put a Mark 1 parachute at the bottom. Okay. more than 30% thrust. 39, 40, maybe. Okay, Diver 3. Really want to know how this works. If this works. Okay. Start to level out. As we get enough speed to cruise missile. So we cruise missile out over the water. What I can only describe as a moment of complete madness. Okay. Now drop that. Deploy shoot. Okay. Concerning that this is bouncing. Okay, now we seem to have the right approach speed. We're not going to blow up. But we're not going absurdly slow. We have dead weight. We have a way to control this. We have antenna. We have strong reaction wheels. Come on. The other part wasn't that heavy and it sank. The problem is because I've closed off part of it. I need it to be like hollow. Dive, dive, dive. I have no idea why this doesn't work. All right. we'll try just one more. Just one more. And then I go get Ned Boot. This isn't a particularly expensive test, so I'm not like super worried about this. Okay, coupling. .5. That should be good. Diver 4. Separate, parachute, and then we drop off the cone so we can sink. At least that's the theory. Hey, welcome to the stream. Yes, very modest. I've been testing my own insanity in attempting to create a diver craft. I'm gonna fly up over the water and then sink. See if I can't get some science. I have no idea if that's a thing or not. But it shouldn't be an expensive experiment, so I figured why not. Just fly slow over the water. I love that this flies better than about anything I've made so far. It's basically a cruise missile. Is there science in the water? I have no idea. I really do hope there is. So this is like an actual experiment in Kerbal experiments. Oh, my parachute's going to be not able to deploy at first, so I'll give it a little bit of altitude here. Level back out. Why does this fly so well? Alright, now that's gone. Shoot. Now, I did try 3 other times, and every time it floated and it did not sink. So what I think is happening is, because there's a closed off surface, it's not sinking, so I'm going to open that up. And now, this is hollow. I'm hoping hollow stuff sinks. I'm not sure that's logical at all. Not really? No. So yeah, that's what I was thinking too. I'm thinking it's just my madness making me do these things. Okay. Not time warp for the splashdown, because I still don't trust that. And it floats really well. Or does it? No, it floats really well. Stock like a cup, yeah. Yeah, I can't figure out how to make things sink. I tried another one of these with just a bunch of fuel onto this dead weight, and that didn't work. I need to maybe just like leave it alone for a while? Just hibernate it. See if I can check on it later. Girder sink. Ooh. Okay. That's an idea. So I'll recover this then, and I'm going to try that. I said this was going to be my last test, but now that you said that, I'm testing this. And then, the Nedboo rescue. I am not ending the stream until I save Nedboo. Or if I lose internet connection, one of those things. So, let's take the structural tube out. Yeah, screw it, I'll fix that. Okay, now, girder. Girder, we know sinks. Or I assume we know. We must know. We must sink. Some other things on there. Let's do... My brain's not working. There we go. Put an octa. Put a bunch of batteries. Oh, that's a lot of batteries. Just do 4. And then... Sciences. This is bugging me. I really want to know. Don't save them too fast. Yeah, it sank in another stream. I think you're right. I think we can pretty much count on it. And I really want to find out if there's science under the sea. I feel like living in Florida, this is just going to automatically... Disney people are going to come barging into my park set under the sea. And it's getting difficult to hide that many bodies. Let's see. Separate this way so I don't take that with me, right? No, other way. This one has to change. I want the rings with me. I don't know if those somehow make it float. This is all new. Oh, I do need a parachute. The other way was kind of setting that up for me. So let's do one antenna. And let's do one parachute. Under the sea. Alright. Diver 5. This has not been a slow evolution of craft. This is my first attempt, obviously. Obviously I knew what I was doing the first time. And did not just repeatedly fail. And stubbornly continue. This time this has like some nasty tip to it. Well, no, it seems fine. Once it's up to speed, it seems fine. It actually does bother me a little bit at how well these things have been flying. This one's got like a little bit of weird... Because of the mystery goo, I guess, it's like slowly tilting to one side. But look how smooth this flies. Why can't all my rockets fly this smooth with this much control? With a non-gimbaling engine. It's beautiful. Oops. This way. Thank you. Even my jets don't fly this well. Especially my jets don't fly this well. Oh, I didn't really check my staging. That would have been bad. Alright, fuel's gone. Perfect. Okay, so now... well, it's not really going to land on the cone. I thought it might land on the cone still. Thought the weight might be set up that way. Well, at least the cone will weigh us down a little bit. I wish I had a better understanding of like the tolerances, like impact tolerances, that I could just cut the chute at exactly the right time and at least dive it on the ground or underwater a little bit before even attempting this. Just gonna try and angle it just a little bit, just so it hits the cone first. Even if it's not dead on, at least if it hits first, I'll be happy. Alright. Ejection force has pushed us underwater. Diver 5 for the win. Alright. I just want to know. Look at us go. You are dead on with the girder. It's going deep. 23 meters, 24 meters, 25 meters. You'd think the press bat, if anything. You can see the pressure. So how deep? Oh, this is so cool. This might legitimately just have no science at all, but the fact that we are attempting just makes me happy. What about the... I just want to see the actual data, too. It's going pretty deep. Didn't it explode before it got this far last time? $100 meters down. Press bat barometer is still reading the same. Does look like it's getting colder. Yeah, it'll eventually kablooey. Okay, I thought so. I'm surprised it hasn't already. So 100, just would even use as a standard here. But I'm watching this, and this isn't moving, and this is atmospheric pressure, so it's not at craft crunching levels yet, obviously. 150? Nope. Nothing from 150 yet. Observe mystery go. Nope. Nope, don't care about that. There we go. We'll try it again at 200 meters. This might be one of my favorite science missions so far, if this actually gets any science. I'm going to try it again at 200 meters. Pressure still looks the same. Nope. There's the cone way up there. If this gets science, we're sinking everything. Just throw everything to the bottom of the ocean for science. Man, your son wants to be a scientist when he grows up? Off he goes. Just throw him into the ocean. Science. How much battery do I have? Oh, still a decent amount of battery. Barometer still reads the same. I wonder if the depth it gets to depends on the part before it explodes. Because I really do feel like last time it exploded much sooner than this. Maybe I was time warping. Try to get to 300 meters. And the cool thing is it actually, like, it won't let us recover the vessel, but that it actually still shows it. $300 meters? Nothing at 300 meters yet. Still nothing. Can we still see the cone? I don't see it. Oh no. Oh, approaching pressure limits. Doesn't look like. It's not showing any change in atmospheric pressure though. Maybe it doesn't read it underwater. Maybe 350 is the final limit. Nope, no science. I was really hoping that this was going to be a way to get science. I wonder if there's any missions to do something underwater. It just seems strange to add this. Unless it's just to keep you from getting your stuff, if it's something that would sink. It's still going. Oh, that's true. They do have one moon that has an ocean. I forget which one. Oh, yep, there it goes. Oh, there's still parts of it left. I just want to see how far it goes now. So, let's see. The girder is what failed just now, I think. Oh, it is floating. You're right, it's floating back to the top. Holy shit. The bravest of the probes that ever was. That'd be a cool contract to have. Like, get something down to that depth and then recover it. So it'd have to be something like this that you knew would explode and then return pieces to the top. That is so cool. I'm gonna time warp it like crazy and just let it get to the top. I can't believe that. That is amazing. So now I wonder. Blah blah, measure oceanic density, blah blah, and ELU. Yeah, see, that would be awesome. They need to add contracts for that. And I think they should add science. I mean, come on, this was a really cool mission. Even if we didn't accomplish anything, for such a cheap rocket to basically cruise missile out over the ocean and drop a probe, come on. Cool factor 12 out of 10. And there's the cone. Yes, I should. I might suggest that to the dev team. Just send them this clip of this. I mean, they could just totally get away with adding this kind of thing silently and just waiting for people like me to try this and going, wait, I get science. Once this gets to the surface, I'll be able to recover it. I think there might be a mod that adds stuff to this, though. Alright, back on the surface. So absurd. What a fun mission. We get the cone. Get that. Alright. Fun, but we're done with it. We're not gonna do any more with the diver. I'm totally gonna save it though, in case they go and add the stuff later, because that was literally the perfect craft for that. So now new, or better, we're gonna open. I want to improve this guy. This insanity we did yesterday trying to get Nedbu. And I did find out I did a I made a bit of a tactical error in that I tried to do my inclination change before my altitude change. Turns out in real life, if they want to change the inclination of a satellite, in a lot of cases they will put it into a higher orbit and then do an inclination change, because the speed does make a difference. The speed at which you make your inclination change makes a big difference. So me doing that right away was, in other words, just frankly stupid. I didn't know that. Now I do. Now that's a thing I know. So I am going to keep the same basic craft. Put the high gain antenna on. Or actually, no. That's right. I've been thinking about this all day while I was supposed to be doing my job. And let's see. Here is my idea. So put this little guy right here. Okay. We're still gonna put a bunch of these like I just did, if I haven't unlocked anything bigger. In this stage, I'm actually gonna go for the same super efficient vacuum engine. Like this has a let me see, a vacuum ISP of 345. So the specific impulse is 345 on this, and on the LVT 45 it's only 320. So it is not better by a ton, but it is definitely better. So I'm going to switch over to that, but to make sure I actually have enough. Yes, to make sure I actually have enough force, enough thrust. I'm going to add another one of these engine plates. Now these should stick out a little bit. But you can adjust them. Cool. So that sticks out just a little. Put the aerodynamic cones on the top of those, I think. If I can get away with that. Can I do that? No, I can't do that. So I'll have to come up with a way to make that not look so ugly. So what I could do... It's a shame I don't have fuel lines. Although I wonder, I think they might have changed this aspect of this. I might not need fuel lines to do what I'm about to do. Where we're going, we don't need fuel lines. Just like that. I rotated it. I have to do that all over again. Better. Bear with my madness. Okay. Now, maybe should have still put the... Might still need the engine plate in there. Because I can put an engine plate without a shroud. Alright, so we're gonna take that down a little bit. So I can see. Hopefully. Perfect. So single node. Short. Move this back up. Then, so I'm going to do some weirdness. We're going to do, this whole thing's weird. I keep saying weirdness like it's new to this, but this whole thing's weird. So we're going to put now a structural cone. I'm going to remove the shroud on this. Okay. Bear with me. Then maybe. Yes. Because then we can still put stuff under, right? Yep. I want this to go into 4. Build fairing. We're going to go out like this. Oh, that has like a maximum. Which fairing did I use? Did I use the small one by mistake? I did. Okay. That explains it. So now we're gonna open this up all the way to here. It lets us. Okay, still looks better. You know, I actually don't like that. I want it black and white. Bingo. Okay. Still more madness to come. Alright, now that we have that, and the part that I'm missing here is how is this going to separate? Right? So I think that separates it. I think the engine thing separates it. So we'll do the engine thing with the fairing. Okay. Who knows, maybe this will just not work. Yep. That part we did yesterday. Oh, that deleted my fairing for some reason. That's lame. It's a pain in the butt to do that fairing. Please don't delete it. Could technically let go, but oh, had it. We had it. There we go. Okay. Fairing's closed. This thing doesn't know what to do with itself, but it's closed. I want 4 sides of the fairing. Okay. Okie dokie. Now, we want this to be the long type, which is way down here, so. That's too long. Yes, that's perfect. Put a separate engine plate. That'll close it. But it looks nice and pretty. There's also a reason for that, which I'll get to in a second. This time I'm going to use a... Oh, there we go, I had it. A quad node. There we go. For these swivels. Already just looking awesome at the same time. Disable the decoupling. Engines. This one will also disable the decoupling. Then we'll kick off the fairing. Alright. Then we'll fire these 2 engines. And we'll separate that, and boom, then boom. Okay, it's already looking better. Forgetting the probe core is the control. It keeps breaking my fairing. I don't know why it does that. It really doesn't like what I'm doing with that fairing, apparently. Once again, we're forcing it to do what we want. Now, not enough. Like that. Okay. That's looking good. I need to put it on, like, over here? Oh, like the shroud. Oh, I thought I could put stuff on the shroud. Oh, that's lame. Never mind, I guess it's not the reason I'm doing it anymore. Now it's just so it'll look cool. What kind of horrible reason is that? Okay, whatever. Well, still end up pretty much like we were. Except, put some big old boosters on it. When in doubt, add more rockets. You're absolutely right. Ooh, there's something funky there. Yes, this is good. This is making me all kinds of happy. Why is this one like... There's just one gimpy one for some reason. Let's try that again. Am I the only one that saw that? No, that one looks gimpy, doesn't it? Maybe they all do. Yeah, they all do. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That's clear as day. Here we go. There's one Kerman just standing there like, this is fine, I'm fine. He's not. So much power. Yes, this is our dedication to rescuing Nedboo. Now, there was another thing I was going to do that was going to be crazy. Real quick. Throw some batteries at the bottom of that, since it's already protected by a fairing. Throw a couple high gain antennas on there. Since again, it's already being protected by a fairing. And that way, when this gets left around, this will be a relay. I'm gonna need some solar panels. Makes me feel better about leaving debris if I can actually utilize it. Then put some drogues up top here, just so when these separate, the parachute pulls them down in a way. So we're gonna fire those. Then we're gonna separate and parachute at the same time. Then we're going to fire these 4 also at the same time. Then that, and then those twin, and then that, and then that, and that. Orbiter 3.3. Absurdly expensive rocket compared to everything else we've been launching. Make sure there's no crew. Oh, launch towers. Launch towers. Got a thing. Resave it. Now we launch. Those winglets gonna be enough to control something that heavy? Nope. Nope. They're just there for stabilizing. The whole point of that is just to make the center of aerodynamic resistance below the center of gravity. That's wobbling. Is it supposed to wobble? I mean, Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down. Dun 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 dun. Apparently I should have at least considered lighting the swivels on the ground. That was a very rough takeoff. Well, this is a very long burn time for this too, so. I'm doing that wobbling, by the way, just so everyone knows. Just trying to get it more centered, but I don't care enough anymore. So they're about to drop off anyway. Yep, gentle. Why do these have no liquid fuel? Oh. Oh, that's not good. That's very bad, actually. That's really, really bad. So, one of the things I didn't realize is there's no fuel able to go through this right now. Yep. This is, I love the little drogue boosters opening up for the, oh god. This is the end, folks. I don't like where it looks like the shadows of those boosters are. Looks like there's the potential of boosters hitting the Kerbal Space Center. Namely, this one shadow is concerning. I thought I'd be like able to be far enough away. Okay, that one's good. That one hit pretty much the same spot. That's good. That one's fine. This one might hit the runway. That one's gonna hit the runway. But it's good. That one's also good. Okay. Why did the boosters run out of juice so fast? That's just how fast those ones go. Okay. So, first off, we're going to fire the swivels on the ground. Second off... Oh, this doesn't give you an option to even allow fuel crossfeed, so we're going to just take that off. Now we're going to go with the alternate design. The Reliant on the bottom. Oh. The tank, please. Bottom of the tank, please. There you go. Okay. Actually, what I'll do... Fire those second. I'll put that on the bottom, so it's these, because they're efficient on the ground. Then I'll fire those. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. And then to handle some of the wobbling. Sure. Sure. Okay. Trying it again. I swear we're gonna get Nedboo. Now the only thing I'm concerned about now is that the one... Okay, that one way up there. Why is it like tilted like that? It's already tilted. Anyway, as I was saying, there's this one way up there connector. I'm just worried that it doesn't actually release the engine like I think it does. But we'll find out. So now, center fuel tanks and the ground efficient, the sea level efficient engine and the boosters working together. Now before the solids run out, and wait until they get really close, I can fire the swivels. Now I have gimbal. I can aim us a little bit this way so the boosters aren't a threat. Or they could just take our winglets off. It's okay, we didn't need winglets. We're fine. We're fine. Minor complications. At least it was symmetrical. Okay, now we're driving insane apogee as much as possible. Well, although this looks like it's not going to do what I thought it was going to do. So the center engine should kick out first, unless they're able to cross feed between these two. Which on an engine plate, I think they might. The other thing that might cross feed. Yeah, looks like they're all run out at the same time. Okay. That did separate the way I wanted. That's good. I'm not out of the atmosphere though, so that was probably a bad idea though. Because the shroud is what's protecting all this stuff. That's cool. Well, we need to boost anyway. So, full tilt. Go. We must make this absurd rocket work. So I probably should have just fired all the engines on the ground, I think. But it's all good. I'm just really happy that this configuration worked. Those poodles. No, these are the terriers. The poodles are the twice as big. 2 meter diameter or whatever, as opposed to the 1 meter diameter. And then this is the 1.5 meter. Alright. Now we're in orbit, very elliptical orbit, but in orbit. I just want to get this out to Nedbu. So his apogee, perigee are quite crazy. So what I'm going to do... Now this is where I made my mistake before. I immediately went for the ascending node, which is a bad idea apparently. That's apparently a thing not to do. So, perigee, apogee, let's go. Let's circularize this at first. Circularize. I always say that wrong for some reason. It's just my brain can't handle it. For some silly reason. Okay. It makes a circular. Beautiful. Now a node in 29 minutes. Let's fast forward through that. Oh, and real quick, I'm going to deploy the antennas. Because why not? Okay. Must get Nedbo. Nedbo. What the hell his name is. One of those two. We have a 20-second burn coming up. We should be able to complete it with this. With this stage. So we'll still have full fuel up here. Hopefully we can do all the way out to Nedbo's orbit and then some inclination change on this stage. But I'm not confident in that. I really do like the look of this, though. I'm happy the way that turned out. Alright, so 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I do like how efficient these engines are. They're just gently sipping fuel. Just a tiny bit of correction. Yeah, that was something I was very surprised to learn. I started to explain it a second ago, and I think I might have stopped. Because speed impacts how effective an inclination change burn is, if you have a satellite in low Earth orbit that they want to put on a different inclination, what they will do is they'll actually put it on a higher than desired orbit, then do the inclination change, then shrink the orbit. It actually takes less fuel to do that than it does to just make an inclination change close to Earth. So in other words, what I did last night was really dumb. I learned. Alright, now, that's cool. We actually have a lot of fuel left. So, now, I'm going to try and focus on getting the apogee and perigee relatively equal to Nedbo's. So his is 6939043. Nope. Too much. Too much. And I'm going to try and line up where the apogees are. The only thing is I want to be just a little below it. Yeah. Because realistically I want to be able to line up a good maneuver. So I don't want to go that far. Let's go 6.2 maybe. We just need to make sure we have a smaller orbit for the time being. Than Nedbu. As long as our orbit is smaller than his, we can catch up to him. Which actually, this is a good idea, right? We want to catch up to him. Oh, we're actually pretty well lined up. Look at that. Except I'm going to be, like, in a position to... So we're actually going to want him to catch up to us, maybe? We'll see when we get closer. Another 21-second burn. Minutes. Let's go ahead. Let's fast forward through that. Since I've decided I cannot turn off this stream until I get Nedbo. He's been out there for days. Interesting fact about the original Russian space missions on the Vostok. That craft, they were so worried that their retro pack wouldn't burn. They set it up so it was on an orbit that within 10 days would decay on its own. So the idea was that when Yuri Gagarin was launched up, if for some reason the retro pack couldn't fire, because they had no idea at that time if they could, use that in space, they figured, okay, well, in 10 days, he'll make it back. So they gave him enough supplies to last 10 days inside the Vostok. But the rocket fired him into a higher orbit than expected, so if the retro rockets hadn't fired, which they did successfully, then he would have been trapped in space long past his death. Okay, now we want to get the other side of our orbit to about the same. This is a little lower, so ours should be maybe just a little lower as well. Now let's make ours even with ours. 5.9 is what we're shooting for. Bingo. That should do us. Now, the other thing with this is it's like a weird... Yeah, there we go. 13-second burn. And it still looks like we have enough fuel to complete it. Now this one's in 3. There are faster ways to change your orbit, but it does require a lot more fuel. Where you basically create a really high elliptical orbit that goes way past where you want, and then when you get to the height you want, then you're burning against that direction and also in the prograde direction of your desired orbit. So, theoretically, if we had enough delta V, we could have just said, well, we need to get Nedbo quickly and gone out there very fast and gotten him. But we don't have anywhere near that much delta V, I don't suspect. We are getting much further on this stage than we did last launch, though, which makes you feel a little better. No Kerbal Knot left behind. Very, very true. orbital speed is like bleeding off to nothing. Which we recorded Foof Rescue Mission. That would have made for some good drama. Yes, saving on your file, your Jeb. Actually, that was very early game, I think. 4 years ago, 5 years ago. And Andy had Jebediah stuck in space, so I quickly made a rocket with a cage around it because he didn't have anything else unlocked. I made a girder cage and some landing gears to trap it in. And I had it capture the entire craft and then deorbit it. On the very last drop of RCS fuel to manage to get it into a suborbital trajectory. Little bit of a time warp, and then at 7 seconds to burn is when we're going to start. Ooh. This one is looking much better than last one. I did already say that, but I am still thinking it. I am still reassuring myself that this could be a success. There is a chance of finally saving Nedbo without another crazy expensive rocket. With all these funds. But we must get Nedbo. Our reputation hangs on it. Okay. So that just about used up the last of our fuel on that stage. Which is kind of neat that we're doing that at a fairly decent orbit. I did mess up where our... I don't want to do that. I'll try and shift our apogee over here. Well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and use this stage to do at least some of our inclination. So, with the idea of speed being the key, I'm going to do this at perigee, where our speed is the highest. So perigee is where your speed is the highest, apogee is where your altitude is the highest. They're always opposite each other. So now we're going to do our inclination change. Oh, that's true. We can't really do that way because it's not where our ascending and descending nodes are. Doi. Overthinking. So I'll have to do it at the ascending descending nodes. So ascending node. Which one's closer to perigee? Descending node's closer to perigee. Okay. So we'll do that one. Oops. And I know we're not going to make it all the way to this point on this one burn. Wow, that really fucks with the orbit, doesn't it? Even though we're well inside this orbit. Wow. Make sure I'm only doing the ones I need. Yeah, that raises the apogee a lot, so we're just gonna ascending node this. Or, bleh, I can't think right now. Retrograde it. Thank you. Thank you, brain. Okay, now. I know we're not going to complete that burn. And I do want to still stay on the inside because we're getting close to Nedbo's pod. I could probably just go a little higher. Oh yeah, why not? Why not do a crazy close rendezvous? That's only the point of this mission. Damn. There we go. So that's probably going to be the closest we'll get with that. So I am going to try and go from one stage into the next on this burn and try and do this very intelligently. Because then I can do another burn at this point and circularize the orbit. .15-second burn. It's actually not that bad. 15 seconds of burn for that whole maneuver. Now, we don't have enough in this stage, but then we'll separate. And this will become a relay. And I really hope... Well, I was about to say, and I really hope this antenna is enough to reach, but if not, we'll just go through the relay. Because that's what the relays are for. So I anticipate this taking longer than 15 seconds because we're going to have to separate and then do our thing. We're going to run out of fuel in the very beginning of this. You can see it's got this little line right here. I don't know if it can be seen on the stream. This little line right here is where it's going to flip over stages. So I'm going to actually start our burn. See, it'll take 1 second, 2 seconds to do that. So I'm going to 17 seconds, 18 seconds. So 9 seconds before is when we're going to start. Come on. 4, 3, 2, 1. Right, slower time warp. Oh, shit. Missed our window. Just a little bit. Okay, separate, burn. Well, it actually might even out because this has more thrust to weight ratio. So accidentally better than I expected. I want this to be very precise. Whoop. Damn it! Why did I do that? Okay. Wasting fuel. Hitting the wrong button. hit the full throttle instead of the cancel. Oh, that keeps burning like that. Okay. Well, what's our actual intersect? 23.5. Okay, not as badly off as I expected. And that is now 1 day away. So let's not do 10,000 times. Let's not do that. Oh, for fuck's sake. I just realized this is a fail. He is going in the complete opposite direction. He is going in a retrograde orbit. Are you kidding me? What? Fuck. Oh, man. Are we serious right now? Orbit, that's evil. I would have never thought to even check that. Clearly. I mean, we're gonna get we're gonna get close. We're just gonna get close to a collision is what we're gonna get. On the anti-fail side, I did put a relay in orbit. We did get a relay in orbit. So at this point, I don't even have comms control over this. So I can't, So that's a design flaw as well. Oh, hello Charlotte. I didn't know Charlotte was watching. Well, okay. So this was a failure. This is what we call a failure. Can I... Where's our relay that I just put up? Orbiter 3.3 relay. Switch to. Not that far away. Oh, it has no probe core. I think it needs a probe core. Okay, this was a total failure. So we're gonna go back to Space Center. We are saving Nedbo tonight. Tonight. Alright. I'll cover that. Are we serious? Wait a minute. We have debris from that launch on the runway? Oh, one of the parachutes survived. Okay. Yeah, recover that. So we get a couple pieces back. Okay. All right. I cannot believe that's a retrograde orbit. I am stunned. Okay, so we're gonna this time fire these engines all at the same time, because that is the smoother way to do that. Then this engine plate, which did in fact work, we're gonna change this over to a quad node. see the nodes. Quad, 4x1, 6x1, 8x1. There we go. So I got a node right there. I am now going to put a little probe core on it. So this time this actually functions as a relay. Alright, and then we're gonna... I could put a Probodobodyne, Staputnik in there. Save a little bit of money instead. How much does that weigh? Oh, and it weighs way less. Holy shit. Okay, yeah. Doing that. This thing can say goodbye. Nope, no thanks. This is silly. Oh. Something to balance it out. It's not as heavy. What do you think happens if I put a reaction wheel on, like, the wrong side? Like, off to the side, I mean. This is the right... Mystery goo is the right weight. More expensive than... At that point, I just put another Staputnik on. You know what? I'm just gonna see what happens. We're just gonna let it be somewhat lopsided. It's good because it has to tilt back that way anyway. Is there anything else I needed to do? More power, perhaps. More fuel. Here, and we're trying to figure out stuff to do to make this work. Age. Or what I could do like I was gonna do before. I'm gonna have to rebuild that fairing again. Drop those tanks off. That. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this anyway, so why am I doing that? Okay. Then let's give this more fuel, because then this has a better chance of actually doing the final maneuvers. What just happened? Huh. What the hell's going on here? What on earth is happening? Okie doke. Let's just reload that guy. Alright. Anyway, engines. There, like I wanted. Staputnik. This time what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the Staputnik on this side, I'm going to flip this damn thing around. Bent outwards. Okay. Now this time, that. Okay. No Kerman left behind. Let's do this thing. So we're gonna have to go for a retrograde orbit. Oh boy. Oh shit, Jeb's in there. Wyatt, Jeb, what are you doing in there? Oh god. Just ride out the solids. Echo path. Alright, now I need